Hello everyone, welcome back again to this Employee Record Management System Development tutorial. This is now the part 4 of this series, and this video will talk about the admin dashboard. But before we proceed, we go back to the previous video which talked about the login, and I found some error need to corrected in our page. As we can see, there is a validation here which is working, and also if we have an invalid account that is passed through, we can also have an error. And also we have, if we have a correct account that is already registered, like this email and the password, we can have also, okay, what happened, I have included the wrong password, so I'll try it again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and signed in. So I have here an access for logging in. So everything is working fine, except if I have this error. If I don't have an error on the email, but I have an error in my password, there's something or nothing here. It is because if we go back to our admin view, we have an error. I have here, I put it on the main if statement, if email error. So sorry about that. So the what we're going to do here is to remove this. Okay, just remove that and make sure that you know where is the right place for that. The right place for that is this. So my technique is to click that, the left brace, and we know the right brace. I'll remove it first, the right brace, and remove this one. So that's only the solution and our problem. Then go refresh, check on it. So the validation is working. If it is, if it's wrong, only password. Okay, so it should have that error also. Okay, it's working properly now. How about this? Okay, so it's working properly. So now our main purpose of this video is go to the dashboard. As we log in a correct account, next is it will be redirected to the admin dashboard. So that is the thing that we need to work, admin dashboard. Okay, so next thing that we need to do is go to the admin controller and go to the and create a function dashboard. Okay, so I'll just create a dashboard here. So public function dashboard. So once I have here, refresh. Okay, this dashboard, it's not working. So public flash dashboard. Okay, dashboard, admin dashboard. Okay, so it's not working. Why? Dash. Okay, it's board, BOA. So your BOA also. So we have now correct. Okay, so we have a blank document for our dashboard. So next thing that we need to do is to create a dashboard. Okay, so if we can go to our Bootstrap template, for template, we can see some of we can use for our dashboard. So as we can see on it here, we can see that there is a dashboard that we can work with. So this is the dashboard that we can work with. So we will use this dashboard. Okay, we can also use also some navigations here or static. Okay, so there are many that we can use too. So it's up to you where you are going to use. But in my case right now, I'll be using this dashboard. Okay, so all of those dashboards, and also we can have an account. Okay, so next thing that we have to is to copy this one. We already download it. We can see it on our downloads previously and go to the frameworks. And I already downloaded the Bootstrap 4, which is we need to do to have also in this development, and go to site, content, docs 4.6, and we go to examples and we look for folder dashboard. Okay, so we need this one. We need to load the HTML, also the CSS and the dashboard. So let's for that before that we have to we have to make a view for our dashboard. So to do that, please load view, and that is inside of our view admin view admin, and we can say dashboard. Okay, but before we have to be to clarify things that in our dashboard we have a lot of functionalities in our dashboard. For example, in our record management system we can add employee, we can search employee, we can archive employee, and so on. So in the dashboard we have a lot of things working on it. So I'd rather recommend you to, instead of the if directly creating a page, we are going to create another folder intended for the dashboard, and we are going to create all the files inside the dashboard. And I'll be creating a file which is dashboard main or d main. So this main d main view is a dashboard main, so the first page of the dashboard. So that is the first thing that we need to work with, and we have to go to our admin and look for that. So we do admin folder, inside of that is a dashboard also folder, and we load the main underscore view. That's it. So once we have loaded, we go to your dashboard and paste. So we have a blank document. So to check on it if it is working, we go to this index, open notepad plus plus, minimize, and just drag it over. And I'll just copy and paste everything inside of our dashboard. Just copy. And now in our dmain view, we have a blank document. We need to make it a HTML document, and we say dashboard. Okay, and we have employee record management system. Then just paste everything that we copied a while ago. We need that one. Okay, I need a tab here. Yeah, so everything is pasted. So just save and now refresh. So we have this. So next thing that we need to do is to connect our CSS bootstrap. So to do that, go to the link and we do href echo base URL, and we have to load the resources CSS and bootstrap bootstrap.css. Save it, refresh your page, and you can see now there are changes with our layout. So we can now tell that our CSS is working. Okay, next is to we have to load also the the dashboard CSS. So all we need to do is copy that one or drag it over. We need the source for that one. So dashboard.css, and we have to put it there. Just copy that file. So we can now go back to this file, our main view for the dashboard, and load it again. And load it also echo base URL, which is the resources CSS, and we have style template, and we put it there, dashboard.css. Save and then refresh. So we can have a full extension. So what happened here, we have a blank document since there is a jQuery also here that is needed to pop up. This the element here needs a GS, so that is the thing that we also need to copy to make this dashboard working. So in our resources, we have a GS here. So I'll just create a folder and I'll just put there script template for me to organize our script, and just to load that one here. Yeah. Now next thing that we need to do here in our the main view is to go to the bottom part of our page, and we need to um, include some of the JavaScript. So the first thing that we include for JavaScript, we need to follow this order. First is the jQuery the jQuery library. So we have to load that one. So echo base URL, and we have to load resources and the GS type jQuery v3.6.0.gs. So that is the first file that we need to load, and the second one we need to load is the bootstrap gs. So just copy the entire one here because that is only the same, and just put there bootstrap.gs. And the last one that we need to load is the jQuery dashboard. So just load here script underscore template slash, I think that's dashboard.js. So dashboard.js. Save, and now if everything is working connected, we can now see this Oops, nothing happens. We can now go to view page search and try all that we loaded if it is working. jQuery, okay, it's working. How about this Bootstrap? Also working. And this one, dashboard.js, it's working. So now, okay, we have something wrong here that we need to. I don't know why, but we go to inspect elements and we can see also what is the error. There's one error here, and I think, okay, yeah. On dashboard.js, we have a problem here. I don't know what is the problem for that file. Just open it. My chart. The error for that is feather is not defined. Feather defined. Bootstrap 4, we need to load the errors, and this is the dashboard that we need to look into, but here we got some error and we don't know why with getting this error. My chart, so we can see if there is a my chart there. For the canvas we have my chart, which is it is working, but now what happened? It's not really working properly in our dashboard. Oh, this just for a while to load. So that's the problem. It's feather that replace, and I don't know what happened next. Let's remove that line. Already moved that line, but still not working. There is a problem with our dashboard, so just leave it there. I'll just fix it later. So right now we have already our dashboard that can we work on it. So next thing that we need to also is to implement our navigation, because I don't need this navigation. I want a navigation. This is a name here, then when I click it, there will be a log out. So it's a name of the user that logins, and then there is a drop down that has a profile, and also with I sign out. Okay, so next thing that we need to do here is go to the template on Bootstrap 4, and we go to navigation, starter template. We have this cover, sticky footer, sticky footer navbar. How about we have navbars here. We have never expand. Okay, I want navbar like this that has a drop down. Okay, so everything is that I need is here. So I'll just go to the navbars, I guess. I go to the navbars and just copy that one. How we can create this. Okay, so go to the navbar, and we go to navbars and open it with the HTML in Notepad, and we can just look for what we need to. It's only having a drop down. This is the thing that I need. I'll just copy this li, and I'll go to my the login view, go to my navbar. I need navbar. Okay, my navbar here, orders, this one. I need to paste it here, what I copied, save and refresh here. So I have this one, or I'll just replace every navbar, the nav here. I'll just replace it with the entire navbar that I need. Nav one, this navbar, copy and paste it here. Save and refresh. So we got it up, but there is a complication that we need to solve. So we need a navbar that is fixed. So a while ago we have navbar that is fixed. Navbar is fixed. How can a navbar to be fixed? So go to the samples, and we have here navbar fixed, and open it here. Navbar is expand navbar dark. Okay, just copy here the entire one and paste it here. Navbar dark. Okay, just paste it in here. Save, refresh. We have that one, which is good that we have that navbar. And we have to remove the search here. We don't need a search for that at this moment. Okay, but form inline, yes. Save, refresh, which is good. I need this line to put it there, so I'll be what is margin Y, margin D0. Let's copy this one and paste it here. Save and remove this. Still not working. And then put here form inline. Still not working. We can create like this. We have really a problem here. We have to remove the form. This is the first step, which is good. And we let this um OL here, home, make it put it on the left. Okay, because we have to create here like record management system. Okay, employee record management system. That is the one that we need. Here we have to just remove everything here because that's only I need only that. And here I need to put it on the right. So go to Bootstrap for float right. So to make it float right, so I have to put it on the right side. So here float right, refresh. It's not working. Pull right. So let us try pull right. How about that one? It's no pull right. Let us try float right here. Float right. Refresh. It's not really working here. For I need to. I really need to transfer these for this one to the right. She's, for me, it's not working. Really, I don't see it working. Okay, but I guess we need to move and hopefully we can just fix it later. So right now, instead of having a drop down here, we need to whatever the user that is logged in, we need to pull it the first name for that. Okay, that is the first thing that we need to, and then we have to only have a three links here. The first link is the we can have a profile, then we can have a change password, and lastly is log out. So that's the three that we need. So profile, change password, and log out. Then the drop down here, whatever the name that it is logged in will be appear there. So on that, we can go to the admin in that part, and then we have to get the data from the user. So we can go to the login view. No, we can go to the admin model and we can search public. Get can have a query like this: public function get user info, and just have a query of this db get where again. So then same, we need the data and we have to get it from the user and what is the data that we need to, okay, that we search. Then next is we have to return the query. So we have to return the query. Okay, so we have now the script that we need for our database. So this only need to the data that we have to needed to query. So we need the username of that particular that email of that particular user. Okay, so to get that here, we don't know what is the particular email. Okay, so that is our problem. We don't know what is the particular email on the user that we use right now. So to do that, in order for us to recognize user, we need to set session. As long as the first thing that we have to establish before login is the session. So session. So session, if you go to the CodeIgniter 3 documentation, documentation. So if you can go to the document CodeIgniter documentation, and we go to helpers, oh no, to libraries, and we go to session. Where is session? Okay, there is no session here. Session library. So we have the session library. So here in CodeIgniter, session is a premise used to maintain users' state and track their activity while they are browsing your site. So this is what we have. So you configure your accounts, blah blah blah. So database, Redis, mem cached. So everything here. So using session, we have to load the library session here. So then, so whoever uses the session, look into that. And how can we use or open a session? That's all of the have here. Retrieving the session. What is session data is everything here. So what is session data is simply an array associated with a particular session ID, which is a cookie. So we need to store the value for the email, which is the thing that we need. So right now, this is how we can set our data. We have the username and then or email and then the email and then what is this log in or not is true. So everything pretty is explained here in our on our documentation. So where we can start using the session, we can start it by just going on the in the admin CodeIgniter admin controller. So after this login event here, which is here, if it is true, so you have now starting the session. So in this, we know that this admin in this controller we can conclude we can use the session. So we need to do here, we need to load the session in this controller. So we can create a parent class. We will try if it's not having an error. So create a constructor so that every time that it is called by the all the in the admin, it will use all in the function inside this controller. So public function underscore construct parent. Okay, and underscore construct. Then we have to load the session. This load library, and we have to call session. Let's try if it is working. Okay, so there are no error on the admin side. So next thing that we need to here is go to the login part here. If it is true, meaning it is found, so start now here. So you can now start. Okay, here. If it is now logged in here, so you add this session. This session. Uh, so what is the function that we need to set? Set adding session. We have this session set user data. This session set user data. The data that we need to here. So the session, or we can have says data is an array. The first thing that we need to store is the email. So the email that we need to store is here, which is the email. This is the thing that we need to store. So make sure that we can grab the the sanitized one. So to do that, to grab the sanitized one, we need to use the data and use email. That's how we can get the sanitized one, because this one is not sanitized and this value is sanitized. So we need to use this email one. Okay. And then lastly is log. So you have to set it into true. So that's it. So once we have now our session data that we need to pass through on our page, so once we are logged in, so all we need to do is just copy and paste it here. So that's it. So we have now start the session. So we can now just log in. Okay, just to check if we don't have a session now. So all we need to do is go to the dashboard. On this dashboard, we can just first do the sum checking. I'll just comment it the view so that we cannot see this page for now, and we can now check the session if there is a session. To check if there is a session, how we can retrieve a session by just using this, retrieving it. Use the global variable session, or use this session item, or we can have this session user data then item. So you have a lot of things that you have to use. So right now we can use this one, this sessioning is user data. Okay, so we can echo this session user data, and we have to output the email. We have to output the email, which is the one that we need. We tried, which is here. Access data, which is this one, email. So let us, this is the name of our session, email. Let us know if there is a session. Refresh. No, I echo it, but there is no email session. So let us, because we did not log in on that, or we log in it, but on that part, on that time, we don't have a session that is set, or our code is not yet implemented. So right now, let us do the same thing, log in, and now we can now have a session. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When we sign in, we have a login, and we go to the, and right now we can see that there is now a session. So we have now a session data, which is email. Whatever email that we capture here is assigned to that email. Okay, you can also check also if the session is log, so you can have that one to check, and to have one, meaning one is on, because that is boolean character. True is equal to 1 and false is equal to 0. So it's working properly with our session here. So in this one is very important, but later on I will just discuss it to you. But now we can capture now the email, and this email will hold this information to get whatever the details of the user. Okay, as long as we have now that data, we can now get that data. We can now get whatever the first name, the last name, and whatsoever, and so on. So right now we can store it and put here email. So we can now grab a copy for the email. So now next thing that we need to do is to call the admin model, because this admin model is to search the query or have a query from to the database. So get user info. So load this model. This load model. The name of the model is admin model. Then this admin model, okay, need this data. So what is the data that you need? Okay, the data that it needs is this. The data that needs for that one, just the first is this. Data is equal to array, and that data is email. We need that one, email, and the value for that one is email. So that is the data that we need. Okay, so that's the data that we need. So to check if we already have that data that we need, we can store this one as query for now. Okay, then we can just echo this query, which is this everything here, just output num rows. So basically it just output how many rows on that query. So refresh, we have one because it's only select all, select where select on user where email is equal to janlenard@gmail.com. That is what is the query is telling us. So that means if we found out if it is equal to 1, meaning it is found that there is a janbernardleo@gmail.com user on our database, which is good. Okay, so everything is set. So right now I'll just remove it, and next thing that we need to do here is to remove that this load view, and whatever data that it holds, we need to pass it on our admin view so that we can manipulate the query. So to do that, in order for us to pass some data in our main view, because we need this query variable, what we need to do is to put here, to submit here the query. So sorry, by the way, I have to pass it with an array. So to do that, I'll create a pass data, I'll make it an array, and the name of that data will be user info, user detail, and just that query. That this query is passed to the user data. Now since we need to pass an array format of that, so this user data will be submitted here. Okay, so that one, so that is how we can submit our data here. So now let us try to catch the data. We can now go to the admin view, main view, and we can output on our navigation or inside of this section canvas. We can create h1 here, echo something like the name of now the file that we are now accessing here is the name of that file, or that variable is user detail. So user detail, the same thing that we do, user detail dot num rows. So a while ago we output it on the method directly. Right now we pass it on our landing page view on the file, and we managed to do the same, output the num rows, and we get the same value 1. So we can pass data from the landing page. We can do the same like this on the admin page. We can set, for example, title of the page. We can set here, for example, um, this is dashboard dashboard page, or dashboard. Yeah, okay, dashboard or dashboard. Okay, then, or we can say welcome to dashboard, and then the value for the email. Okay, or we can just add some of, not that one, but just put it there. um Email, welcome to dashboard, then we can just record management in system. So title page, just put comma here for a separator. Title page, okay, and then put here. Okay, so instead of our main view, instead of writing whatever in our title here, dashboard, we can just directly echo, and the name of that, the key of that on the admin is the title page. We already passed this data using this that one, so we can have the key for that is title page. So echo title page, make it a variable. So save this file. So make sure that there is a closing PHP. Now refresh. Please look at this. This is the one that we set a while ago. Now when we refresh, we can have the email and welcome to dashboard. So whatever you set on the value. So the same thing that what we did here. So we get the value for the one because we passed the value from the admin, um, from this on whatever we set on our controller, on our function in our controller. What we here is pass it on our view, so that in the view we can access what we need to configure or process. So since we have this data, this query has a data, we need to output the real name of that user. Not we need to put that like in views. Okay. So right here we are really correct. So we have to remove this. Make sure that the user detail, the keyword here, if we need to access, in order for us to access this query, we have that here user detail. So on the main view, we have to go to the navigation, which is here. This is the drop down box. Okay, I'll just okay, remove it. The first thing we need to do is create a PHP, and we need to assure something like that. So we have if that detail and ram rows is equal to 1, meaning it's only one, meaning one user, meaning it is really found it. So if that is found, you have to load for each because we need since the data in the array or database is a multi-dimensional array, we need to meet it each element of the array we need to catch or fetch it. So we're going to use for each. So for each we need that this one. Um, we need to use user detail result function as row. Okay, so it is now row. Then we can just echo row and whatever data that we need to output of the user. We need to output the first name only, so we have to use name first name. So we need only to use output the first name. So it outputs the data from the whatever what the data that we need to output. If you're going to use to output this generated array, you need to output to call this column name first name. Okay, that is why we need to use for each, because each of array or array of the of in the database has an element, so we need to make a for each. Okay, and or and no, what I mean is every record that we in on a query has a rows. So if that is a rows, meaning that we need to make a for each or loop for that. So save to check what we are doing. So right now, as you can see, you have John Hart, which is whatever the data that we have on our database. Okay, that's it. Um, so right now we will go directly create a logout because we want to try another user. Okay, so create a logout. So to create a session, to delete a session, we have remove session, session destroy or unsent or flush data. We have a lot of things here. So flush data or session destroy or temp data, destroying session destroy. So this is the logout that we have to work. Session destroy, this session destroy. So if the user selects logout, so logout here, this is we have to use base URL, and it is for admin and logout. So go to admin and we will create public function logout, and this is directly to destroy session. Okay, and after destroying the session, just this or redirect. Okay, just redirect it to login admin login. So what those things did, or this code do, is when the user click the logout, it will go directly to admin, and it is now go to logout. So then we have to log in again. So that's really what the logout does. But before that, in order to really um, explore what we did, let me create another account. under registration, I'll create another account and name it to Jill Rose Acosta and Jill at gmail.com, and I'll just say the same password: 1234567 1234567. Just put birth date and female. Enroll now. Login registration. Okay. So in our database, we have now two users. I have here email janminardaleo@gmail.com, and also a jill@gmail.com. Let us log in to Jill. So I have jill at gmail.com and the same password: 1234567 sign in, access. Okay. So as you can see here, the this one, the name of the name of the user is on Jill Rose. Okay. So depending of what is login through our session ID here on our first in our login, whatever we have on our session. So once we log in, you set a session and set it a data. Okay. Then when you log out, we destroy the session. Okay. So everything. So if we go directly here without logging in, so that's really the purpose of session. If you just copy and paste here and paste with the session is the session is already have, so that is why you can just call whatever the existing email of the variable of the session is, or email is still jill at gmail.com, so you can still use that one. Okay. But if it is log out, so it is log out, so it is now session is destroyed. It was destroyed, and then if you refresh it here, you have something. Okay, you can now see that it is now being removed. You can now tell what is the email. Okay, so that's really a problem. So that's the session is all about. Session is just a data behind the access, but you cannot see it, but there is what data on the browser. Okay, so we have to improve our session destroy, or we can improve our we call it, we can improve our logout. We can just first create a ID for this, and this is logout. Okay, just have a ampersand for that, or that hashtag, and we can now go to the script. Here we need to create a script and just have document that ready function. Okay, that ready function. Okay, just test it. Alert something. um, the page is loaded, is ready. Save and refresh. So okay, it's working. So we can just get the data that we need. So we need the ID that we created a while ago, which is the logout. Okay, ID logout. Okay, so it's click So these, okay, we can have on, and we just have if it is click or tap. Okay, okay, have a function, and I'll name it to event. Okay, then just event prevent default. So meaning once you click it, it will not do something. And if let us know if it is working. Alert. Um, Click fresh. Okay. So it's not working as we thought. So log out. On click. If it is click, like for example that, yeah. So it is click. Okay, not tap by. Okay. So it's working properly. So next thing that we need to do is to load the same thing that we have did on our login using this. Okay, we need this one. Okay, okay, admin access. So just uh, you you are okay, you are about to log out. Okay, or proceed to log out. And our message is you're about to leave the page and log out. It's warning. And it says yes, I have to leave. uh, just log out. So basically what we did here is do some we need something like what we did here. Okay, we need to add the CDN of the suite alert. Don't forget that one. Okay, and refresh. Okay, it is not working as planned. Okay, it is because we did not put that the closing. Okay, as we can see, proceed to log out. We are about to leave the page. You are about to leave the page and log out. So log out. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we can have that. Yes, I need to log out. Yes, I need to log out. Okay. So that's it. And then after that, we need a confirm button. So here again, then result. So let's just copy what we did here. on. Okay, then. Okay, then result. So then and then result. Okay, and the result is this. Window location replace. Go base URL admin logout. So that's it. So refresh it again. Log out. Okay, proceed to log out. Yes, I'm log out. Okay, so that's it. So we might create log out. So if we have John Benhart gmail.com and same team 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 sign in, and you can see also you can log into the dashboard. Okay, so now we want to make it much more dynamic. Okay, before we proceed to the profile and the change password, we have to set it dynamic for the things that we have already. uh, we have to work on it. So like for example, we know that there is now existing dashboard, now existing user in our account, or existing session in our page. So we want that the user our system is already know if we have to load specific pages. Like for example, we know that already have a session. As we can see, we have now dashboard here. We have now session. So we want that if we go to localhost and then we run it from div. So as once we know that there is a session here, we don't want to go back here directly. So if there is a session, it automatically go to the on the dashboard. At the same time also, we don't want that if there is no session, you have to log out. Now if then someone will go to the dashboard, we don't want like this also that you can see the blank user. So to prevent that is happening, we need to make sure to check our session. Okay, to check our session. So to do that, it's very easy. The first thing is we have to go to the first um, function, our admin here. Okay, so here on our registration, we need to load it if there is no session. So meaning, okay, go if this session, okay, and user data, that user data is log. So you can see we have is log here in our login. Going back on the, if that is log, which is here is log, if true, meaning that is there is a session. So if there is a session for is log, so if it is true, if there is a session, automatically it's automatically what we did is it automatically, if there is a session, you redirect it to admin dashboard. Okay. So if there is a registration, so um, if there is in if there is a session, you direct it. Else, if there is no session, you go to registration. That's how what is the logic is. So meaning if I have to log in this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so now we have here a session. Now if I am here on the registration, when I refresh it, so so in the registration, sorry for that, when I go to registration, so it will go directly to dashboard. Sorry, I have a wrong spelling here. Dashboard, save. So if you go to registration, automatically if there is a session, automatically it will go to dashboard. Okay, so as long as you have a session, it automatically goes to the dashboard. Same thing that if you can remember on in Facebook, if you already register or log in into web base, if you already log in, you go directly to the home page. The same thing with that in the login, the same things. If there is a session, so if there is a session, so if this session user data is logged true, so if not there is that, so you have to redirect admin dashboard. So you have to redirect it, else you have to load this admin view. So same thing. So go to here, go to login. If we go to login, if it is recognized that there is a dashboard, there is a session, it go directly to dashboard. Okay, it's still the same for login, and also with the dashboard. No, it's we now go to the system. On the system here, on the system, we are going to load also the session. So create a controller for the system, public function sys underscore, sorry for that, underscore construct and parent underscore construct and load the session. The sorry for that. This load library, and that library is session. Okay, so if this session user data is log, so if it is log, if there is a session, just redirect admin dashboard. Okay, so admin dashboard, else if there is no session, then you have to load the landing page view. So save. Now go to localhost and dev. Okay, if there is a session, automatically there is automatically um, a dashboard if there is a session. Okay, then next thing that we need to do is the last one. If the admin here on the dashboard, we don't want to load this thing first, so we need to check if okay this session user data is log, so it is log. So if it is log here is log, so if it is log, so just perform these things. Okay, else um, error, just load the error. We just load, we will create an error, admin error, so page 404. So create an admin error, so we have an error here. We can see errors. We can have a template of errors here. um how can we have client or here HTML, we have heading and echo, so we can use that one directly. um this load view, this load view which is HTML, and we have error 404 and submit the data that they need. The data that they need is this. The data that they need is first is the heading and the message. Okay, we have heading, view full. Okay, then message and message invalid access to these pages, this page uh, without proper accessing. Okay, so that's it. So now as we can uh, these things like this. So now if for example you copy the dashboard, you go to dashboard and it is no session, you log out. So what happened here, if you go to dashboard, enter, it automatically says an error was encountered, unable to load this file. HTML errors. What happened? It is this load. Okay, sorry, it's this load and it is inside the errors. So what happened? This one, you full invalid access to this page without access. So that's very good for that invalid access to this page without proper accessing it. Okay, or we can make it much more nicer in our page 04 here. we have to load, or we can load the the we call it the script here, and we add a script for that for us, script and document ready function, and just use this one. Okay, uh, useful. Uh, what is the things that we put there on the admin? Invalid access on it. Sorry about that. Just copy and paste it here. This is error. Okay, just say sorry. Sorry. Just say I got caught. Sorry. Okay. Then that's it. If it's solved, then admin. No, it's not admin logout, but you go to admin login. Okay. So what happened? Refresh. Oh, sorry for that. I have to close these things. Okay. Save. Refresh. Okay. Sorry about that. I need to load the jQuery here. That's I have to load this one in order for us to use the jQuery. Save, refresh. You full with valid access to the page. Okay, I got caught, sorry. And login. So that's it. We managed to put sessions before login and created the dashboard on our in our employee record management system. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something from me. Keep safe everyone. Bye bye.